Hi. I wanted to say a couple things today. You may have seen the notice about how the Trump administration is now targeting George Mason University in Northern Virginia. Their president, Gregory Washington, just so happens to be the first black president in the university's history. And they have been supporting programs around diversity, equity, and inclusion. Normally, these are virtues in our society, and certainly virtues in an institution of higher learning. But it's drawn the attention of the Trump administration and their efforts at sanctioning the university. The GMU board has a meeting on the 31st. I want to invite folks to send a message of support for President Washington at this time. Before that meeting, I'll put a link in the first comment. But the second thing I wanted to touch on has to do with the posting of that video by President Trump on his Truth Social account, which is an AI doctored video of President Obama being arrested in the Oval Office. Of course, this is just a further reflection of the immaturity and immense insecurity of the president. But rather than go on about that outrage, I thought I would invite you into a thought experiment. So just imagine, and bear with me, that we were in a different reality, and that instead of the current situation that we have, we had a president that actually followed respectable behavior, norms of decency that these days seem quaint and from a time long ago. And so I want you to imagine, and this is a stretch, imagine I'm the President of the United States. And I've come here today for the press conference that was scheduled. And I'm just going to go ahead and take a couple questions from the press pool. Nicole, if you want to go ahead. Right. So what are we doing to further strengthen the performance of students today in our nation's education systems? Well, I'm going to be rolling out a major initiative later this week, but I want to take a second to express a word of appreciation for what my predecessor did, President Jones. And, folks know that President Jones and I have a lot of disagreements on policy and, the way to go forward in this country that I spoke about in the campaign. But I just want to acknowledge the significant work that her administration did around raising literacy rates, particularly among elementary school children. We're going to build on that, and I want to go ahead and share with you exactly how. Can you imagine? Could you imagine a president who, rather than seeking to demean and tear down their predecessor, instead perhaps might speak a word of respect and appreciation? What message would that send to our public, to our children, who are supposedly looking to our national leaders as role models? Let's not forget what should be these days.